Hey guys, what's up? This is HADuke, and if you're reading the caption on this live stream, or if you're watching this video for the first time, then yes, you're going to be a little shocked, I guess. It's just going to be RCW Rampage Episode 1, and I am relaunching RCW. This is something I've debated for a really long time, and finally decided I was going to go ahead and do it. I tried to do a totally new league called EFW several months ago, and it just kind of flopped. I never got into the feel of it, never got it going the way I wanted it to. So I figured, if I'm going to do CAW, why not do RCW? You know, I already had a custom CAW universe mode going that I watched frequently just for fun in my spare time, and it's actually going really well. So I said, you know, this would be a perfect opportunity to bring RCW back, hopefully try to rebuild a little bit of a fan base for the ones who used to watch it in the past, and hopefully have fun with it again. Now, a few things I wanted to note real quick. Number one, at least for the time being, I'm not going to do any entrances. The matches are just going to go straight to the ring, and then the match is going to begin. Main reason for that is because of how whenever you're streaming live, you can't hear the theme music anyway. So, because of copyright issues and stuff with YouTube, so I figured, why even have the entrances? It's basically just a bunch of wasted space, wasted time. Now, eventually, I'm hoping to get the software that I need to where I can start editing the shows like I used to years ago, and if so, I'll start putting entrances back in, because then I'll be able to add the theme music that these call creators want for their calls automatically. So that'll be pretty cool. But anyway, I've done RCW, trying to get back to its roots the way it was years ago, back in 2008, when I first launched RCW, the very first episode. I had celebrities on it, you know, comic book characters, cartoons, whatnot. So I decided, you know, if I'm going to do this, let's do it that way. So what I've done is I've got two brands. One is RCW Rampage, and that's all the original calls. You're going to see the guys that you've accustomed to seeing. Wu-Tang Man, Smokey, Hugo Ryan, Aaron Fletcher, Jason Richardson, the Toxics, Riot, Isaiah Boyard. They're all there. All the guys that you enjoyed watching over the years, they're all going to be on Rampage. Now, RCW Showdown is a totally different brand, and it's all celebrities, comic book characters, cartoons, the likes. Now, I'm going to try to keep it a little bit of a secret in terms of who's on that show. I'll probably be streaming the first episode of Showdown either tomorrow or Friday. Now, with Rampage, there's going to be an RCW World Champion, RCW World Tag Team Champions, and the HCW Iron Ring Championship will be on this brand. Now, the HCW Iron Ring Championship is currently held by Hugo Ryan. He's been holding this title for about 2 years now, and he's going to bring it with him into RCW, just like he did with EFW, and he's going to defend it, and we'll see how he does. Also, I'm planning on doing a 6-man tag team title, which will be competed from both brands. That's just something for fun, kind of like a Stable Wars type thing, but that'll be later down the road a little bit. So with all that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this first episode. Now, this first episode, I don't think it's going to take too terribly long. The final match might take a little while, but the rest of the matches should go by fairly quickly. So let me go ahead and go into it to tell you exactly what all is going to be going on here. Let's see, I'll just hit edit show, and that way you can actually see the guys, if it'll show them. I'm not sure if it will or not. But anyway, 2 10-man Royal Rumble matches, and what this is splitting the 10 tag teams into 2 different Royal Rumble matches. The winner from each one of these matches, their represented team, will move on to RCW Resurrection at the end of the month to compete for the RCW World Tag Team Championship. Now, if it happens to where, say, Arson wins the first one from the Toxics, and then Bromine wins the second one from the Toxics, then the Toxics automatically win the RCW World Championship. That's how we're going to do that. So there's those 2 matches. After that, we've got our first 6-woman Battle Royal. The winner of this match, which will be contested between Angela Walters, Ashley Good, Candice Duke, Casey Armstrong, Grace Jimenez, and Heaven. The winner of that match will face the winner of this 6-woman Battle Royal match, Holly Washington, Jennifer Faircane, Mary Beth Torres, Poison, Tiger Lily making her official debut in HCW affiliated leagues, and Trish. Those two winners of these two matches will move on to RCW Resurrection to compete for the RCW Women's Championship. And our main event is going to be an elimination chamber match, and it is going to be for the RCW World Championship. The contestants for this match: Aaron Fletcher, who's a former world champion; Wu-Tang Man Duke Ammons, former 3-time RCW world champion; Hugo Rhines never won the top prize in any HCW affiliated league, but he has been the mid-card champion. Like I said, he's been the Iron Ring champion for a little over 2 years, and he's defended that title and ever since he won it in HCW 3.0 flawlessly. So he's going to have a shot at this title. Then we've got Smokey. He's former multiple-time RCW world champion. Jason Richardson, former HCW world champion. And Omega, a former HCW world champion. And that's going to be, like I said, elimination chamber. We'll see who's going to come out on top, who's going to be the first ever HCW world champion. Now, or not HCW, RCW world champion. And not first ever either, because we actually have had one before. So bear with me. Like I said, it's been a while. I do this just for fun. If you like watching it, I appreciate it. Make sure you comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Makes me feel good to know that there's actually people out there that like these creations, these calls, these characters, and they like to see what happens. And I mean, it's all for fun, you know. Don't take it seriously. There's not going to be any major storylines going on or anything like that right now. I mean, a lot of times I kind of just make things up as I go to kind of make it flow with what's going on in universe mode. But don't take anything personally. If your guy doesn't win, oh well. Because I'm not playing out these matches. It's all CPU based. I have spent the past, I'd say, 3 weeks working diligently on this roster to try to get everyone accustomed and put into their proper place in terms of how they performed over the course of the past 10 years within HCW and various other leagues that they've been a part of. So, hoping that it'll make sense. Now, I've got it set to where tag team formations and breakups are going to happen. Don't get upset if your favorite tag team just suddenly breaks up because Universe Mode decides to do it that way. I think it's going to be interesting. I think it'll be pretty cool to see, say, for instance, the Dukes. They're created, self-calls created after my boys. I wouldn't be too opposed to see what would happen if they decide to break up. One of them goes heel, turns on the other. They start a feud. Might be pretty cool to watch. So we'll see how everything plays out. Make sure you comment, participate, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And like always, I'm just going to play out the matches, talk about the winners and stuff at the end of the show. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. All right, pretty awesome show, I thought. We'll go back over real quick, talk about what's happened. So the first 10-man Royal Rumble match was won by Arson. He's one half of Toxic. So Toxic will be moving on to RCW Resurrection for a shot at the RCW World Tag Team Championship. And then the other half of the 10-man Royal Rumble match was won by Steven Slater, and he is one half of Reckless Abandon 2.0. So that title match for the RCW World Tag Team Championship at RCW Resurrection will be Toxic versus Reckless Abandon 2.0. Moving on to the six-lady Battle Royal match. The first one was won by Grace Jimenez, and the second one was won by Poison. So Grace Jimenez and Poison will face each other one-on-one at RCW Resurrection, with the winner becoming the first RCW Women's Champion for the relaunch. And the main event, I have to say, I'm really shocked how this played out, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not shocked by the outcome, because any of these six guys could have won it. I mean, there's no hands down, any of these six guys could have won this match. I'm kind of shocked Wu-Tang Man was the first one out. That was a little odd to me. But, I mean, Wu-Tang Man, he's been around for a long time. I mean, he's getting kind of old, I have to admit. So I guess you can say maybe just the age and the fact that he's on the road all the time. He competes in WEDF full-time now. Maybe it's just caught up with him. I don't know. But he's the first one out. And then you look at Smokey. Smokey went out right after he did. So these two guys, I mean, these used to be the two top dogs in RCW 10 years ago, was Smokey and Wu-Tang Man. I mean, they were up there with the likes of Dagger, Osiris, Spectacular, and Johnny J. Those were like your top six guys. And since then, of course, Johnny J and Spectacular have both passed away. Osiris has retired, and so has Dagger. But, you would think Wu-Tang Man and Smokey, they'd be the head of the pack. But you got these newer guys coming up now, and I mean, they want it. They're hungry for it. So we see, Jason Richardson and Aaron Fletcher, they both were eliminated shortly after that. It came down to Omega and Hugo Ryan. And, man, those two guys went back and forth for quite a while. I'd say about 10 minutes, just the two of them back and forth, just beating the crap out of each other. And there was several times that I really thought Hugo Ryan was going to win. I thought this is the night, this is the day, this is the time. 10 years in the work, Hugo Ryan is finally going to seize the opportunity, and he's finally going to reach the top of the ladder and win World Championship gold in an HCW-affiliated league. And it just didn't happen. I mean, Omega, Hugo took Omega to his limits, but Omega is just unbelievable. He's unstoppable. And we saw this in HCW 3.0. Omega went on that long undefeated streak, and Jason Richardson was the one that finally defeated him in an elimination chamber matchup. But now that Omega has the RCW World Heavyweight Championship, I just have to wonder, how long is it going to be? How long is he going to hold that title? How long and how dominant will his reign be? And who's going to be the first man to step up to him to challenge him for that championship? Omega is absolutely incredible, unstoppable. I mean, he's 7 foot tall, 380 pounds, solid steel, looks like he's molded from granite. Unbelievable. And he's the RCW World Heavyweight Champion. So definitely a good start, I think, to the relaunch of RCW. I'm excited to see what goes on from here, where it goes from here, who's going to step up to challenge Omega. I'm excited to see what's going to happen at RCW Resurrection. The matches we're going to be leading up to that. Starting next week on RCW Rampage, I'm going to be starting the stable tournament in terms of six-man tag match tournament to determine which three guys is going to represent Rampage at RCW Resurrection to take on three guys from Showdown to determine the first ever RCW six-man tag team champions. Those titles are not going to be exclusive to one brand or the other. They can change back and forth. So we'll see which brand comes out on top, which brand will be bringing those titles home. But with all that being said and done, I'll most likely stream the first episode of Showdown probably tomorrow. And then we'll just go from there starting next week. I'm looking at probably Tuesday or maybe Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know. Whichever days. 2 days a week will be RCW. CPVs will probably always be streamed on Fridays. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm going to try my best to keep RCW going this time. It's most likely going to stay on 2K18. I haven't decided yet if I'm getting 2K19. Probably not. If I do get it, it won't be for a while anyway. I'm not going to get it on launch day like I do every year. Because, I mean, to be quite honest, 2K's kind of disappointed me the past few years with their glitches. I mean, you saw that right there at the end of the show here, how the RCW World title was glitched out. I don't understand that at all. But I'm just disappointed with 2K. I think I'm pretty much done buying their games. So RCW, as long as I keep it going, it's staying on 2K18. And that's all there is to it. We'll see what 2K20 has to hold maybe. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button if you like this show. I'm going to keep it going regardless this time around because, I mean, I enjoy watching it. I enjoy seeing what happens. I was excited to see Hugo and Omega scrapping there at the end in that match. I mean, I was honestly, I have to admit, I was actually pulling for Hugo because I would love to see Hugo win the top prize. I mean, he's been one of my guys since the very beginning. I mean, he made his debut at RCW Uprising 10 years ago. I mean, that was in November of 2008 was when Hugo made his debut, attacked Osiris backstage after Osiris and Crimson lost the RCW Tag Team titles. So he's been around ever since then, and he's never won the top prize. So we'll see. We'll see if Hugo can do it this season. All right. That's enough jibber jabber. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll see you again tomorrow for RCW Showdown.